Welcome to another episode of the Casa podcast. Very lucky today to be joined by my new audio tech / good friend, Sam. We'll get to him in a second. I just want to remind you that every podcast is sponsored by Sondrea Coffee and Espresso, which is located on Main Street, just opposite the IGA. Best coffee you can get in Osborne Park. Head down there, grab a coffee, and they'll look after you. All right. Sam, welcome to the podcast.
Yo, what's going on?
Let me just also say that this is the 90s Kids edition of the podcast, so we'll just be going through a few things. That'll be kind of some experiences we had from the 90s and things that kids are missing out on these days.
That's it, yeah. Well, first, Marco, it feels good to be here. Feels good to have this role.
Well, look, it's I can't say there was a lot of applications, but we'll take what we can get around here.
I made it. That's the main thing. But, yeah, no, so what do you want to know first?
Well, how was your experience as a kid?
In the 90s, I grew up loving life. It was an absolute dream. It was just school. I remember school, Newman College. I don't know.
As a primary school as well?
Primary school, yeah. It was lovely. I used to just go straight to school, come home, PlayStation 1.
Nice.
You know how it was.
Yeah. Bit of Spyro?
Bit of Spyro, bit of Crash. You know how it is.
Did you have that Harry Potter game?
I didn't, no.
Oh, well, you missed out, mate.
Yeah, I probably did.
Now, the way this one's going to work, Sam, I'll just get you to throw something at me that you remember as a kid and hopefully trigger a bit of nostalgia and people listening can relate to what we're talking about.
Definitely, yeah.
What you got first?
My first one? Toasted TV.
Toasted TV. First thing in the morning.
Yeah, you remember that?
I do. I was a Beyblades man myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What about you?
Dragon Ball Z.
Every morning?
Every morning.
How was the morning routine? How did it look?
It was get up, straight to the couch, Dragon Ball Z on. They were just screaming at each other for about 45 minutes, then I went to school.
Do you remember before? I think it was before. I think Pokemon used to run at 7 and then it was kind of that other show that would change. But before that, if you got up early enough, you'd cop those weird-ass yoga bitches doing the... Do you remember that?
I actually don't.
You're probably never up in time. But at 6:30, Mum used to be up and it used to be the aerobics ladies. And they were going hard before you led into like your main show.
That would have been a good one to get onto.
You still a Dragon Ball man? Moving on?
Man, I don't know if the camera can see this.
Tats?
Shenron tattooed on the arm.
Wow.
Broly tattooed on the ribs. So yeah, I love Dragon Ball Z through and through.
How do you reckon that show kind of compares to like your Peppa Pigs of these days?
Oh man, it's not even a contest. Yeah. Like, the world is the way it is because of these shows, you know?
Yeah, so. I get. And I think as well now, everything's so policed in shows like Dragon Ball Z has a few questionable...
Limitless, man.
Yeah, creepy old man and things like that.
Yeah. Watching pornos and stuff.
Well, we're just used to... Yeah, I don't know. It kind of filtered the way we learned, but a few questionable characters in there. But
100%.
Good start. Toasted TV was good.
Strong.
All right. I'm going to go with my first one would be the number one playground weapon that you could create. It's easily the most dangerous thing you could find create.
What was it?
The sand bundi.
The sand bundi?
Don't tell me you never made a sand bundi.
Just tell me what it is first, because I might have a different name.
There was an art to making a sand bundi at our school, all right? And it was, you get the wet sand and you compress it as hard as you can.
Yeah.
You then dig a hole and you put the sand bundi into the dry sand.
Let it set.
It's like a cutlet with crumbs. You crumb it and set it.
Just don't eat it.
No, 100%. Then you repeat the process about 6-7 times and you've gone from having a sand bundi to a brick paver. And I'll tell you, man, you throw one of these and you hit someone in the shoulder, it's like getting hit with a shotgun.
You're breaking someone's shoulder.
The sand bundi was the number one weapon at our school.
Yeah.
And it was a deadly one.
I can't say that we had that much sand at Newman. Like, it was more just...
Bit of a rich school, hey?
No, it's just more dirt. Like, it wasn't yellow sand.
Oh, you guys were just eating it out that way,
Yeah. We were picking through for the worms, not making sand bundis. But, no, I can't say that I'd ever made one. I know what you're talking about because...
Oh, you'd know if you'd been hit by one.
I've never been hit by one.
Yeah. Well, maybe after this, you stand out the front and I'll
launch one.
I'll lob one at you and we'll see how you take it.
I want to experience it.
Give the next 3 weeks off work.
Yeah. Broken spine.
Yeah, 100%. Now, what you got? Come on.
My next one's Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you remember
what a device.
that? Yeah. Do you remember pairing that thing up with one of your cousins or whatever,
Well-
and then trying to get the love maker to come along?
Oh, yeah, because you could make different like hatch them together, right?
Yeah.
And
Have eggs.
primary school relationships were tested because whoever you were mating with,
Yeah.
your Tamagotchi,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That-
do remember that.
that was a full social status thing.
They were big and they were dangerous. 'Cause
Yeah.
people would just spend hours on that thing.
I loved it too.
And you're just feeding some fake little black blob. Like, what are you actually doing?
It would take 3 weeks to hatch,
Yeah.
and then it would die because you couldn't get to it in time.
Exactly.
There was a girl in our class. She bought in like 12 Tamagotchis one day. This was like the weird horse girl,
Oh, no.
like unicorn, non everything. And she had 12 Tamagotchis on a keychain. And the teacher's
That's
like,
wild.
"Oh, you got to put your Tamagotchis away. Like it's too much." Most people could hide them in the tray, but the cupboard was just beeping all day because the blob wasn't getting fed. What colour was yours?
I can't even. I think it was blue, I want to say.
Yeah, nice.
I think.
Represent those Newman colours, though.
I think so. I think it would have been blue because I love blue back in the day.
Did you ever this isn't one of mine. Did you have a Digimon as well?
No.
No, I never had the Digimon.
No.
Bit expensive, eh?
Yeah. Rich school, poor kid.
Were you on a scholarship or something?
Yeah. At Newman.
No, the Digimon was cool. It was better to hold, but it also had the keyring attachment, so you just hang it off your keys.
Yeah. No, I was on a scholarship for bundi making back in Newman.
You wish you were, mate.
Yeah.
You wish. This one is it's not so much that you can own, but you remember Video Easy as a store?
100%.
Yeah, before Blockbuster.
Yeah.
So my favourite part with my brother of going to Video Easy is we used to go, and besides burning all the PlayStation games that were new,
100%.
you know when you used to return a VHS, and they had the slot
Yeah.
on the at the front counter where like that guy would sit and you'd put your put your video in,
Yeah.
put your VHS in. Yeah, they got to rewind it after. Put the VHS in, and they had the little basket underneath that would catch the videos.
Yeah.
So me and my brother you'd put the VHS in the slot, and then you'd watch you smack the VHS as hard as you can, so it would just fly across the floor. And if you could get it out of the case, it was like bonus
You
points.
won.
Yeah, and the guy was just staring at you, you piece of shit. Like this 6-year-old has just come in and he's just banging VHSs, the new releases across the floor.
Yeah, no, I don't have much experience with them because I never did that. But I can tell that would have been an awesome childhood experience.
Yeah, you'd have to wait for mum to turn around, and then you just give it a right hook, the VHS as hard as you can.
Yeah, I definitely do remember having to rewind every single VHS that I ever owned to get back to the start so that Dad could watch it again and not have to rewind it.
You'd get a few duds as well, eh? Like you bring it home and this thing's just, it's fried.
It was, people had slapped it too hard, like you.
Did you used to burn the games as well?
100%, yeah. On the PlayStation, that was the best.
The PS2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got ours chipped by I think it was some guy next to the kebab shop just had we heard he had the PlayStation chips. So you'd bring it in there and then it could play all the Bali versions.
Yeah, that was elite.
That was sick.
We had a quick little off story. My cousin, he had, I think it was, I want to say it was Vigilante 8, that PlayStation 1 game. And he got beaten by, I think it might have been one of the Georgies.
Oh, no.
And so many times that he grabbed the disc and scratched it on the floor.
A scratch disc was the end of the world.
That was it, man. That was game over. GG's. That was the rage quit of the 90s.
No control had to be broken. There was no uninstalling.
No,
just put a scratch in it.
On a tile, sandpaper tile floor. So there was no coming back.
That's borderline serial killery. You don't do that.
No, it was bad.
Oh, no.
I watched it happen in front of me. I couldn't do anything.
Oh, man. Ruthless. You go.
You want me to go? So my next one, and I don't know if you'll know this one because this was a really niche one.
Okay.
That were called scanners.
Scanners.
Yeah, scanners. So what you did was, it was almost like a Tamagotchi, but you had this big barcode scanner thing.
I do.
And then you scan a barcode and you would get a monster.
Yeah,
and you
I remember
try
that.
and collect all the monsters.
What was the point? It was
You'd just try and collect, and then you'd battle. You could battle other scanners.
Where do you remember where you picked up your kind of most dangerous monster? Was it like a BP Nolamara or where was the hot spot? Like that's the Pokemon Go of what we're talking about now.
You're right.
Kids are walking down the streets these days.
Well, I think all I was doing was going to Florriet Forum and scanning everything in there. And then I got in trouble because
it was on like barcoded shopping items.
Cereals, chips, anything.
You're on the condoms, weren't you?
I got the big pickle monster on that. No, but there was this one monster, and it was like this black shadow, and it was like this hell rare evil one, and I wanted it so badly, and I could never find it. And then one day, my cousin ruined the whole game for me, man. He Googled scanners, barcodes, monsters, and you could just get all of them from the screen. Ruined the whole fun in the game. So you're telling
me you walked, how many miles just to...
I was walking like 10k.
10k a day?
To the forum to get these monsters.
All these workers looking at you like, this kid's back again, hasn't bought a single thing.
Yeah, and the scanner thing was massive, so they could see what I was doing. I just don't know if they knew what it was. But yeah, they were elite.
Where'd you get the scanner from? What was the game shop? No, it used to be Games World. Games World was still there because you guys get your Yu-Gi-Oh tins and...
I don't know if EB Games... Oh, did it exist back
EB wasn't big. I'm pretty sure we used to get everything from Games World.
Games World, I think, one of those you'll pop up stores that don't exist anymore. That's where it would have come from. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. The scanner. Yeah. I like it. I'm going with food now. High school canteen.
Oh, wow.
Right? Yeah. It's a bit different to how canteens are now, which is just like fruit, veg, water, pretty healthy. Like ours was selling cans of Coke and
sugar.
Anything. Yeah.
Max sugar.
Yeah. Max sugar. Like drop kids when you get home because they've been up like way too high. Smashing the play waters and stuff, you know.
The play waters were elite.
Play water war. You got into one of them. No, tears were coming out because the girls' eyelashes were coming off. Sticky. And it usually went from squirt and play water to the bottles getting thrown.
Did you ever did your school ever sell those cans of LOL?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan. I didn't get it.
They were good though. They were good.
It felt like the try hard play water to me.
The fizzy kind.
Yeah,
it was the spin-off.
Because play water tasted wicked too.
It was unbelievable. And that bottle, man, that squeezy, that lid, you remember?
Oh, yeah.
That thing.
Where's that thing at, man?
I don't know. It doesn't. I think that's why they took it away. We ruined it.
I think, look, that'd be... Trump's probably trying to figure out how to get that into the next war, man. Because you had one of them. You meant business. People. You had one of them in a bundi.
Oh, no. You were the sniper of the school.
You were pretty much Terminator.
Yeah.
But anyway, best item at our school canteen was the dirt dessert. Oh, do you know the dirt dessert?
Yogo.
Yogo dirt dessert.
That discontinued.
Yeah, gone. I don't know what was in it. There was dirt.
Yeah.
It was pure dirt. I think it was cookie on the bottom.
No, it was mulch, man. 100%.
Straight out the pit. Yeah. Mulch. Marshmallow.
Yep, little tiny marshmallows.
And and Yogo. And man, that thing was something special.
I was a double-decker kid.
Double-decker, the marshmallow?
Yeah, the marshmallow on top and the chocolate on the bottom.
Top two.
But I did really enjoy dirt dessert. But I used to think it was actually mulch.
We don't have any evidence to say it wasn't.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it was discontinued.
Yeah, so we could be onto something.
At our school, if you had a dirt dessert, you were like...
You were the Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, and if you didn't, you were weird. Like, if you went up and ordered a normal Yogo...
Yeah, you were the weird
It was frowned upon.
Yeah. We used to have chicken royales, and they were like these big chicken breasts just absolutely coated with like a crumbing.
Oh, did they have like a sweet chili?
Yeah.
Kind of like those poppy things on them?
Yeah, but like they weren't the thin ones. They were fat. Yeah.
They had half a chicken.
Yeah. I used to knock them off like there was no tomorrow, man.
The canteen was so good, man.
And another one, the yogurt, what were they? They were like the yogurt strips with the sherbet inside. So it was like outside the pink yogurt strips and they had the sherbet inside. Oh man, they were max sugar as well.
That was even better than them, the Go-Gurt. Do you remember the Go-Gurt?
Oh, you
just put them in the freezer?
Yeah.
What happened to them, man?
Man, everything good's gone.
Yeah.
That's what we got to realise. Look at all these games, man. Oh. I don't know if to people listening, there's Mario Party.
Snowboard kids. Were you snowboard kids too?
No.
We'll run it after this,
We'll
mate.
look it up.
We'll have a game. Loser gets bundied.
Oh, no.
At our school canteen in high school, there was one kid who went up. Like the line used to be like huge. We only had 2 lanes, like public school. We didn't have like a 5-lane drive through like some of these private schools. So he used to line up, and this one kid, he went to the front and he ordered. I reckon he ordered about 6 cheesies. He ordered about $75 worth of food. And the thing was, the stuff he was ordering was stuff that had to be like made. So he was like, can I get, like, we used to get these bread rolls and throw hash browns in them. So, 3 of them, 4 of them.
Oh, wow.
And for some reason, I think the lady working that day must have just been like a volunteer parent.
Oh, no.
So she's prepared him $75 like worth of canteen food.
Yeah.
And he's holding this line up. Like the line's just running out to into M Block. And everyone's like, come on, hurry up, man. Like, what are you getting? What are you getting?
Everyone's hungry, man.
He goes, don't worry. Everyone's like, how are you going to pay for that? You know, so at this stage, we're all fighting over $3-4.
Yeah.
And he goes, I've got it, trust me. And we're just, all right, whatever.
What does he do?
Anyway, he finally gets up there, and then she goes, all right, it'll be however much it was. And he pulls out a $500 Monopoly note.
No way.
And he throws it down, and he goes, you got change? And
No,
she just goes,
didn't.
like, first time I've ever heard a canteen lady swear, she just goes, get the fuck out of the light. And I was like, oh, no.
She would have had enough.
Oh,
Imagine that.
It was elite. It was, she never returned to the canteen again.
I wouldn't either. She probably bundied herself.
Ended all with a bundi.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, that was my canteen at school.
Well, just quickly before we do move on, I went to Aquinas after Newman, and they had exotic foods, man.
Oh, yeah, you guys would have had a Michelin star chef cooking for you there. Teppanyaki for recess?
Yeah, we had bruschetta. We had everything, man. Like, there were all these beautiful, like, beef and gravy rolls. It was really good. But then it changed towards the end, and then the health kicks. Because I think when I started finishing, that's when it started really kicking into the
Yeah,
health.
they started phasing it out.
Yeah, and then there was no more play water. It was gone and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, next one. This one I know you won't know.
Okay.
Because you might, but this one is very niche, and only the hardcore PlayStation 1 gamers out there will know about it. Team Buddies.
Team Buddies.
Did you ever play it?
I can't say I have.
So Team Buddies was these little, they look like little tablets, but they were like that shape, but they were fat, and they all had a different color. There was blue, yellow, red, I think green, and you all had your own little base, right? And then from that base, you got these blocks. You had to venture out into the world and get these blocks, bring them back, and you could craft weapons.
Wow.
And then you had to destroy the other colors' bases. But the more blocks you got, the better the weapons.
Is this like a 20 years ago Minecraft? Is that?
It was essentially the start, but the thing that made this game was the voices.
Oh, no.
They were all pommy voice line actors.
Seriously,
and they
give
all...
me your best shot. I want to hear. I need to experience what this game
I
was
want to
like.
remember a voice line, but they would be like, "Get out here, you prick!" Like, and they would swear.
Oh yeah. The games could just say whatever you wanted.
Full swear, and like call each other assholes and swearing and talking about like rooting their mothers and stuff. Like, it would really pop off. And then because there was no online or voice thing, so you'd have to be next to the person, and that would be the shit talk.
That was the best part about the games, is that it was so much more social than it is now, because like, yeah, we party up online, but you used to have to go to someone's house for a sleepover because you're playing 2-on-2 FIFA, and you all had to be sitting next to each other, and then like elbows were getting thrown, and you know, you like hit when someone's about to take a penalty, you hit the controller. And,
I do.
The proper shit stirring was.
Yeah,
it was just different, man.
No, I wish you experienced Team Buddies, because that was the best PlayStation.
Who did you used to play that with?
My cousin Nicholas.
Oh, right.
So yeah, we used to play that, and you could get, if you got enough blocks, you could build a helicopter, and you fly around and literally bomb everyone. Like, you just fly around bombing all these little tablet things. They're all swearing at you. Oh man, it was an experience.
Matt,
great game.
Do you? I've still got my PS1. Try to get a hold of that game.
Try.
eBay
I think I might have it. Still.
All right.
I actually think I might have it.
Friday night, we're having a full-blown
Team buddies.
team buddy session.
Yeah.
It's going to get violent.
Oh, yeah.
All right. My, well, not my, but our communication source, which now seems to be Facebook, Instagram, the number one go-to place of MSN was a different world, man.
Oh, yeah.
It was a different place because
Absolutely.
obviously we only had access to our friends when we were home and when we were allowed to use the dial-up.
Yeah,
And
that dial-up, man.
For people listening who don't know what dial-up is when
the home phone.
the home phone, you couldn't use the phone when you're on dial-up. So we didn't have, well, mobile what calls used to cost a truckload.
Oh, yeah.
So you plug in your modem would be attached to the dial-up, and then to get onto the internet and your Yahoo browser at the time or whatever it was, connect to that, and when you hit the button,
that noise,
the noise, man, was
it still echoes through
yeah,
my
man,
mind.
that noise. And then I think if you answered the phone, the internet would cut out.
No,
or the phone just wouldn't
the
ring.
phone wouldn't work. So the phone would ring, but they wouldn't be able to hear or speak or anything. So all they would hear is that dial-up noise. That's literally it. So you would just
and your mum would be screaming at you like, just get off the dial-up. And it would take, 30 seconds to dial up?
Oh, man, ages.
Yeah, so
and to load a page in general back then. Like, you'd try and look at a picture of someone's titty. You'd be waiting for about 45 minutes for one pixel to load. You just get the nipple.
Anyway, you try to get on the MSN is where we're going here. So you get on MSN and you could see everyone who was online. If you appeared offline, you're a dog. It was a full frown upon move because then you were doing something a bit shady. But MSN kind of had GIFs in it, and you would need to. Someone else would have to send you the GIF before you could save it.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh,
and there would be those people who wouldn't send you something on purpose just so you couldn't have
Never
it. It was like an NFT.
Yep.
Like you wanted it bad, and you just couldn't get a hold of it because people wouldn't send it to you.
What about nudging?
Oh, I was about to get there, man. If you got nudged on MSN,
what
would that would be the equivalent of King hitting someone, I reckon.
Or at least like pissing in a cup and throwing at it.
Wait, the noise it made and what your screen would do. And then if they started spamming the nudge.
But the nudge would override everything. You could be on Google and it would just it would pop up, man. You couldn't get away from it.
Why would they program that where you can take control of someone else's screen? And cause if you just kept hitting it would just keep doing it.
There was no timeout. There was just unleash hell.
Unleash hell. And then that, as well as you would make a chat with 50 people you knew and they didn't know each other. And you would throw them all in a chat and then leave.
Mayhem.
Yeah, and mayhem would just unfold. And genuine fights were getting started, man.
Yeah, like call-outs to train station. Yeah, that was legit.
MSN was different, man. But
it was good. And what about the best part of MSN is you knew who was in a relationship with who because they'd have the little love heart and their name next to your tagline.
And you knew when they weren't too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get on like, it's out of the name. It's out of the name.
Get on, talk to
it. Nudge.
Yeah, you unleash hell on it.
Oh, no, MSN was, I reckon it's a better form of communication than your messages and stuff now because we all know everything about each other these days. Like, there's no way I don't know what's going on in someone else's life.
Yeah.
MSN, at least you had to walk away from the computer and then you'd come back the next day and talk to whoever it was and you'd actually have something to speak about.
Yeah.
Whereas now, I don't know.
You don't even have to speak to someone. You could know everything about them.
Literally.
You literally can. That's the difference.
I don't have to go to concerts because I see the full concert on people's Instagrams.
100%.
You know what I mean? And if they're standing somewhere closer than what I would have been, I'll probably see it better.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
And then, like, say, Post Malone grabs the phone and start, you're there.
I'm there with Post.
You're kissing him on the lips.
Shout out Post Malone. If you're listening. But yeah, MSN, it was a good time.
Yeah. I've got a fifth one, but it's already been talked about. So I just thought of another one, which I think you'll really enjoy because it follows the same sort of line. And it's, what was your MySpace song?
I'm pretty sure I was running Miami to Ibiza for a while.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was going hard with that. But, I was never good at editing the profile.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah, I can see you're pretty good with computers and stuff.
That was good.
But there was a few people in our year where, like, you'd have to trust them with your login You'd send them your MySpace login, and they would jazz up your profile for you. And then what they'd usually do is, as a trade-off for them doing your profile, they'll want to sit like number 3 in your top friends. Do you remember top friends?
I do, 100%.
It was
the most elite. If you were in there of someone's, you knew you made it.
It was probably the most cruel form of ranking other people that could exist. But
in your friends list.
Yeah. Well, like, do you remember when you got taken off someone's top friends? Did that ever happen to you?
Yeah, it did. Some girl I really liked back in the day. I was in there for a week.
What number were you? Do you remember? Was it ordered or?
I was number 5. There was no way I was getting above the top 4 were like her best friend.
Yeah.
And then I looked the next week, man, I was out.
Yeah, replaced by another guy.
Yeah. And then I took her out of mine because she was like second because I was so...
Instant out.
Instant out. And then MySpace song changed to a depressing one.
What was your first one?
So, oh no, do you remember you used to find... If you liked a girl, you'd go to her profile and you'd copy her song.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever do that?
I probably should have. It
didn't work.
No. It's probably more creepy than...
Yeah, 100%. But then you could go, oh my God, we have the same song.
Yeah.
But no, I used to have... Because I was such a huge fan of Chili Peppers back in the day too, as I am
You've
now.
always been a Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
You know?
So I started with Under the Bridge and then... I changed it to this song called Lollipops. I can't remember who it was.
Oh, was it Lil Wayne Lollipop?
No,
that one went hard.
No.
That was just getting into it.
Yeah.
She's so sweet.
Yeah. Great song, but not that one. It was a more toned down version of a different song. It sucked. I hated it, but I made it that because she had it that. So then I changed it, and I think I did some really weird, depressing Green Day song.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Make everyone think you're emotional and sad. That used to be a thing too. Jimmy used to just like post like something real depressing and then you just fish for that. Like, are you okay? And you're like, yeah, I am.
And it sucked when it never came. When no one ever said anything.
That didn't happen to me.
It didn't happen to me. Oh, no. I'm going to change my MySpace song after this.
MySpace and Facebook was more for like that weird Italian relative that you had and they were all on Facebook.
Yeah.
So it was more a family thing at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't
Facebook was a family thing. I'll never forget on Facebook there was a picture of Jaden and then this woman from France commented and then she said something in French. I said, mind your own fucking business, you French bitch. And then Jaden goes, that was my friend's exchange like mother or something, you know. He was here on exchange.
Just full roasted
and
her.
I roasted her and I quickly blocked her and unfriended her. Well, and it wasn't even a friend, I just blocked her.
I didn't even know you could block people.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, you still can.
Oh, you can? This feature's been around for a while.
It's been always around since the
What
start.
did his exchange student say? Did he...
He didn't
Well,
say
Jane doesn't
anyway.
speak French. So.
No, it wasn't... I can't remember. Someone had been to France and they stayed with that woman.
Yeah.
And then they come back. It was one of Jaden's friends. And then the friend was in that photo tagged. So then she saw the photo because everyone used to see who was tagged in who.
Yeah.
And then, she commented and she got roasted. And then she gave it back to me in French. I had to Google Translate. I can't remember what it said. But she was old. 80s. 80s, I think.
80s?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
What? How was she on Facebook?
I don't know. She was good at it too. She was fast at replying.
Yeah. Well, similar to Facebook, when we used to go family holidays, I don't think these things exist anymore at all. But the postcard.
Oh, yeah.
The postcard
I
was...
never, ever wrote a postcard in my life.
It's probably for good reason, man. They were the most useless thing you could do.
How long would that take to get to someone?
Well, that's it. Like, you could send a postcard and you'd be like, oh, I'm feeling good. Next week, you're hit by a bus. But the postcard's not there yet.
So they just think,
do you know what I mean? Like, oh, he's great.
He's dead.
Like, every family holiday, we used to have to send a postcard. And I don't know if we had to. It was either that or we had to get that telephone card to make a phone call. Oh, and, like, Dad would just be in the background, like, get off the phone, man! You know, because the telephone card was like $4 a minute.
Yeah.
So you'd just be, you're trying to cover ground real quick.
Yeah.
But, yeah, postcard, I think it was more of a gimmicky novelty thing, but it was yeah, it was very pointless. Like you'd send it and
You could be, yeah, I know what you
it
mean.
would take 6 weeks to get there.
Yeah,
So you'd
and
be
you
home by the time it got there.
Or you could be completely feeling different to how you felt. Like you could have divorced the like woman somehow in your mind.
It's a roller coaster postcard. Should bring him back. It'd make great content.
It would make great content. It would work really well.
Like sending a postcard and then seeing that someone's reaction on the other end, comparing to what you're doing now, would be
a great video idea. Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, send it, set the camera up, reaction. Where are you now? You could have been in like the depths of Ukraine during the war, and then you're in Bali sipping a cocktail when they receive it. You know,
you're at Mississippi, Bali, just perched on a sunbed.
Love and life.
What a change!
Yeah, and they're like, "I hope you're okay." You're like, "I had a great time." They're like, "You're in a war."
You got another one, or that's pretty much you covered?
That's me covered, man.
Oh, my last one. It's not that good, but it was probably the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life. I think now kids just have the iPads in class, so they don't really have to deal with it in primary school. Mm-hmm. But to get a pen license was bullshit, man.
Don't even start with that, man.
That was some serious.
Don't even. Year 11.
I thought I was bad. I'm not sure if I ever technically got mine, but I was using a pen in year 7.
You just got over it, eh?
I think I just lied to the teacher. Yeah. Because do you have your pen license? Can you show it to me?
You had to follow was yours the same where you had to get the piece of paper and it had the letters and you had to follow the engravings?
Yeah, and it was bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Some hard letters.
Yeah, it was like, oh, can you prove you'd have like a 15-minute session. Can you prove to me you can write with a pen? Well, no, I can't.
Because
for starters, I can hardly read at this point or write. So whatever I'm going to write is going to be spelt wrong anyway.
Yeah, or look like shit.
Yeah, and wrong spelling reflects on your font. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like,
Yeah.
So I'd get about 4 words in and teach, come around with the box and you'd have to put the pen back in the box.
And then,
And then little Timmy in the corner, he's doing cursive with his pen, being a smart ass.
Writing. Yeah, he's writing postcards to his family and friends.
He'd just get Sam bundied by you on Facebook.
I would be giving it to him.
Yeah, and Timmy would be there with his pen, and then you'd have to sit through the assembly the week after, where the principal would get up there and read. So we've done all the merit certificates, and just quickly, we're going to read out who's got their pen license.
Yeah,
and you're just sitting there like,
this is bullshit.
I know it's not me. It's not me. And then Timmy just gets up there, turns his page over. Yeah,
little smirk on his
and it's written in pen too. Like my merit certificate's in crayon still. It's bullshit, man.
Little smirk of Timmy, and he gets bundied up the front.
It was a different time. Back then, kids, you could actually get bundied. Now it's really.
You go to jail.
Yeah, but
like
if extreme,
but I mean, if you went to a little kid's assembly at your age now and bundied the kid,
look,
you're going
no, you're taking me out of context. Definitely.
Sorry,
but just in terms of like the way things are, even when we used to run in races, like if you came last, you knew you were last.
Yeah. And
there was nothing you could do about it.
They wouldn't tell you, they wouldn't even make you feel better.
Yeah.
In fact, they might say, pick it up. Pick it up next time. You're slow.
Yeah, just a bit quicker.
Yeah, come on, man.
But now
it's because you're slow.
Yeah. Simple. Everyone's good at their own things, but it's very, kids don't really know how to lose anymore.
No.
And it's a worry.
I've seen sometimes they will give everyone first place. No, I mean it. They will let you pass and then you get a first ribbon. Yeah. I remember getting that first ribbon at the carnivals. That was the most prestigious award you'd ever receive.
In what, D grade?
No, D grade, man. Even if it was D grade. I mean, if you could win a Golden Globe and it would not compare to the first place.
Yeah, you used to wear it on your chest with just...
absolute pride in that one shitty kid that had like 30 first places because he was somehow...
That was me. No, that was me up until year 4.
Yeah, that's what they get at the poor school.
No, I was good, man. It may not reflect on me now as a person.
No, I don't doubt it.
But I used to do little athletics.
Were you tall back then as well?
No, I wasn't tall. I was really fast and did little athletics. And the 3 fastest kids in our school were all in the same faction. So our relay team was like elite. And I used to have this one pair of sneakers I used to love running in. And even when they outgrew me, I'd have like my toes were coming through the sneakers because I'd never lost in those sneakers. Mm. And then my dad took us to on a family holiday. We went to where'd we go? America, Canada, and Sicily.
Oh, lovely!
6 weeks. I went from A grade to C grade. I put on like 12 kilos, man. I went from
all in
like
Sicily.
sizzling fast to like sizzling beef.
Yeah.
Like it
all in
was
Sicily, I bet.
all Sicily, man.
Yeah.
Ice creams. And when we came back, Mum just looked at me. She's like, what what happened to you?
Put on weight.
And that was the end of my athletics
That
career.
was the end of the career.
Pretty smart. I did get one more second ribbon from there in year 6. We were running the cross country. And I remember during the practice laps of the cross country, it was 2 laps and then you'd come down the straight. So we took off and I'm sitting like pretty close to the back of the pack. 2 laps. And coming around for the first lap, the teacher that was standing on that marker started calling everyone into the straight. He was like, in, you know? Yeah. So the whole year group starts bombing it down the straight. And I just remembered in my head, like 2 laps. So I've kept going. Heroic, man. Striding. So I've gotten like a 70-meter gap. And then they've all realised and they've had to, you know, turn around. And I still got run down by the kid that won. But, man, second place, collapsed on the line. He had an asthma attack. I didn't even have asthma. But I was never so happy to have Mr. Miracles fuck the race up.
That's awesome.
What a guy.
That is unreal. That is genuinely unreal. I was captivated by that story.
Thanks, man. That's I've been wanting to get that one out for a while. So, Mr. Miracles, if you're still alive, I appreciate what you did for me.
He's done it. He's done you well.
He's done me solid.
Just like quickly going back to the do you think kids at school get told off worse now or better?
I think it's better because
as in, like, are they more lenient now?
Yeah, 100%. And there's different ways of disciplining kids as well. It's
at least they didn't used to beat us.
Yeah, we dodged that.
I think we'll just. Oh no, we might have been quite.
Yeah, but they didn't used to beat us, but our parents did. So it doesn't. Nah,
no, we couldn't escape it.
My mum and dad never hit me, on purpose. It's definitely different now. I think it's like a 3-4 strike policy on like behaviour now. So yeah, definitely different.
Because I'll never forget. I got done for throwing. I didn't used to throw bundies. If you're wondering, I used to throw bricks. I got done for throwing a brick at a car that was driving by on Grantham Street.
Wait, so were you expecting leniency? Like you sound like kids. I feel like a kid that got disciplined then probably would cop.
No, I did expect one warning. I didn't even get one.
Were you, Sam? Stop throwing bricks.
So do it again, but that's not how it went. I got suspended the works. And I was just thinking, like, I wonder what would happen if that happened today. Would they get the warnings or would they get suspended straight away? I mean, I didn't break the windshield. It chipped it.
Did you hit the windshield or did you hit the like someone?
No, I hit the windshield. Oh. It was a car drive, like mid. I tried to time it so it hit as it was driving by. And I just got the corner of the windshield.
That's fucked up, man.
It wasn't a whole brick, though. It was a bit of a brick. Like a little rock of a brick.
I thought you just launched a whole single brick. A 2-quart was like a full-blown...
No, I didn't. I threw just a little bit of a brick.
We used to just throw the honky nuts.
Or the bundies.
Yeah, honky nuts and bundies. Honky nuts.
Honky nuts, we used to... And the itching powder, too.
Itching powder?
Did you ever have that?
No, where'd you get that?
So there was a tree that used to grow these little... they were like spiky balls, but then they would... Yeah. And they would, like... If you rubbed them when they'd been off for a bit, they would just molt everywhere.
Someone was telling me about these the other day.
Yeah. And that's how you made itching powder.
It's a full-blown thing.
Nature. Yeah, and we used to put it all over the toilet seats. So people would sit down and their ass would get chewed up. And you'd know who got done because I just...
Sitting there scratching like a madman.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, that was one of the more elite times.
Do you feel like we lived in the peak of... Like, we've had the best of both worlds. We kind of get all the tech and stuff, but we also... know how to use pen and paper, know how to have a conversation with, people of all ages.
Yeah.
Whereas I think now it's getting pretty different to the point where, obviously, sort of screen-based iPads and things like that, like a lot of kids I know are really good on a screen. They can fix anything, do anything on an iPad. But the motor skills of catching a ball and things like that.
Even just speaking to someone.
Yeah, completely different. You say hi to them and...
They shy away.
Yeah, they get scared.
Yeah, I've seen it, man. People don't have conversations on public transport. There's like, you don't want to anyway, but there's the off chance that you could, that they won't know how, you know.
Yeah, before the way of saying like don't speak to me would be hold up a book, and now it's, you know, just get your head down into your phone and be glued to it.
Yeah, well, the big thing is, I saw this video. I don't know how real it was, but there was the parents telling their kids to answer the home phone, and they'd answer it like this. They go, answer the phone, or they'd go like that. Not like this, you know?
Yeah.
That's how we
wow. So they threw up the screen.
Like a screen. They'd go, oh, okay, answer the phone.
Wow.
Or they'd just put up like this. I still go like this. Oi, answer the phone, mate. Even if it's on the iPhone.
The sideways shucker was the phone.
Yeah. Whereas they cup it like a C grip. Or like you're holding your mobile. Hey, you know, you don't hold them like this anymore unless you fit your iPhone between your pinky and your thumb.
Yeah, and they wouldn't even know what Snake is.
Oh man,
like
that game.
Imagine a game where you've got one life.
It was
like that's what it was. It was a one life game.
It was.
You couldn't save. You couldn't pause.
No, it was the perfect game of life. Snake.
It was a lesson, yeah. Snake's a lesson.
Take the right route and you'll do just fine. Otherwise,
it's over.
Otherwise, if you go back in circles, you touch your tail and die.
But after you die, you can start again, which is a positive message.
That is, yeah, but not in life, unfortunately.
Snake 2 came out. I wasn't a fan of that, but yeah. Snake 1 on the Nokia. The indestructible Nokia was just as good as it gets.
Just quickly, if we're about to wrap up soon, I just want to quickly tell everyone a little bit of the experience I have in the industry that I work as audio.
Tell the people what you do, Sam. Tell the people.
I'll tell them what I've done, because at the moment I'm an electrician.
Not everything you've done, just the audio side.
Audio, exactly, yes. So I graduated at SAE when I turned 21, so that would have been 6 years ago. I got a Bachelor of Audio. I do mostly like mixing and mastering of like bands in studios and, you know, all that sort of stuff. Get bands on the radio, get bands out there if they want to record. And then I did do a lot of live sound, but it was too cutthroat. It was like, you know, if someone made a mistake or you made a mistake, that was it, you were done. And it was too competitive too. If someone was better, they were hired.
It's literally this one position for... Yeah, it's a hard thing to...
Yeah, it is very hard. So then, well, the big breaker was COVID. When COVID happened, I lost a lot of my work. Before that, I was in Europe traveling around and doing all that sort of stuff over there. So I was just doing some live bands and some DJs, and it was awesome. And then, COVID hit and I lost all my work. So now I'm doing a Sparky apprenticeship, as all the boys know and stuff. But now having this opportunity to come up, so as you said, I know it wasn't many resumes thrown in, but like
the paycheck's not great.
Yeah, as long as I can help out and do what I can to like make the podcast sound better for everyone that's listening, then that's my main goal.
Yeah, and I think the big thing for myself and you is we don't care if 2 people are listening, or if 20,000 people listening, whatever it is. I don't think there's going to be 20,000 people listening ever, but you know, you never know.
You never know.
We're doing what we do just because we enjoy it.
Exactly, and we also want to make it good. So if it sounds good, it will be good, because everyone loves to hear things. That's what I learned. People don't necessarily care about what stuff looks like, but they really care about what stuff sounds like.
Yeah.
You could watch a pixelated YouTube video and you won't care that much, but if it sounds like shit, my God, you'll be turning that thing off in half a second. You know?
Definitely. Well, I appreciate you coming on board.
No worries, thank you.
And look, we'll see what we can do. If anyone's still listening at this point,
I'll be in the
that's Sam.
I'll be in the background of the rest of the videos and podcasts.
Definitely. We might get a little mic on you for special comments in the corner.
Yeah. And hopefully soon we can have things popping up on the screen as well if you do watch.
Take it to the next level.
Yeah,
well,
that's in time.
That's us, the 90s kids. And yeah, love living through that time. Appreciate everyone who's listened so far and who continues to listen to this extremely low budget podcast. Today we're in my house, mi casa, and next episode should be in someone else's casa, hopefully, because Mum's not too happy about it, but that's all right. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you all soon.
Peace.